Look at this. This is my digital Monopoly. They call it the Here and Now. I absolutely love Monopoly. This is one of my favorite games. And in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can come up with some of your best ideas simply by playing Monopoly. In fact, you could probably generate some income as well. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So, what do you notice here on this game board? Well, cell phone. This is my favorite token. Hockey player. How can you tell we're in Canada? This is one of those, what do you call those things for old people? Rolling down the road, down the street. Cannon. Rollerblades. Bag of money. Actually, this is one of my favorite ones as well. Horse. My brother used to use this one all the time. It's kind of funny to remember tokens that your family members would use. Rollerblades. Shoe. Puppy dog. Wheelbarrow is kind of cool too. Iron. I don't think anybody uses the iron. Thimble. Bag with a little puppy in it. What else? Battleship. This one's kind of cool. So, I don't know where the car is. The car was actually one of my favorite ones. Cell phone's pretty cool. So, how can you come up with some cool ideas playing Monopoly? Well, what I like to do is, if you look at the game board, where are the most valuable properties? Some would argue Boardwalk and Park Place are the most valuable properties. But, this is kind of interesting. Statistically, these ones right here, these are the ones that people land on the most. Why is that? Well, when you think about it, when you get doubles, it actually increases your chances of hitting these properties here, especially when you first start out. 6, 10, 12, all of a sudden you're in this area within a couple of rounds. And the interesting thing is, when you hit this chance, you actually go back 3 places. Okay, some of this stuff is pretty common, like people know this, but a lot of people gravitate towards the big ticket items. And I'm going somewhere with this. They gravitate towards, Boardwalk and Park Place, and obviously, because this is a Canadian edition, we have the CN Tower. Then we have Niagara Falls. The worst property, which is debatable, but I would pretty much agree that these two are the worst ones than these. But going back to these property right here, I would say, if you can get these 2 sets, your chances are pretty high you're gonna win the game. If you try to get the green ones and the yellow, you could be in a world of hurt. You just could be, because the houses are very expensive, and so are the hotels and all this kind of stuff. And the rent only really kicks into about the 3rd, maybe even the 4th house. That's when it starts kicking in. Here, this one is pretty good, but again, it's hard to hit. It's hard to get both properties, and it's hard to hit. So you want to focus on these type of properties. Okay, where am I going with all this stuff? How did I come up with the idea of getting more leads just simply by playing this game? Well, if you think about it, if you treat your business like a Monopoly board game, like for example, my website is Authority Attracts. But I have different pages that will take different people to different either free ebooks, different little tiny courses. Then obviously I have a couple of big courses. But really at the beginning, what you want to do is you want to just have a couple of, you want to have a few courses out there, a few small ones, and then you can test it out. Just see which ones work, which ones are interesting to people, and you don't break the bank. Then if people land on it, like once you get a complete set here, you want to build property as fast as you can. So once you have your web page up, and you come up with some ideas for some ways to get traffic there, you want to increase that traffic. So right now, because my site is built, Authority Attracts, I'm going to be creating different web pages to get traffic over to my website so that people can actually leave their name, email, address, and then I either give them something free or I give them a strategy, whatever it is. But because they are going to various pages, you can actually test those pages out and see what works, what doesn't, and then double down on the things that work. So this video is basically called How to Get More Leads by Playing Monopoly. And this is one of those ways. So I'll just create a nice little thumbnail and I will send people to, I'll create a web page. I'll send people there. And if they want to know the hidden strategy behind playing Monopoly and how you can actually generate a decent income just by brainstorming the game of Monopoly. And that's where you have to be kind of creative, if you will, when it comes to playing board games and all that kind of stuff. You never know where your inspiration is going to come. And I absolutely love this game. So imagine creating a bunch of little tiny, maybe it's a couple of ebooks, maybe it's a mini course that's like, priced anywhere from $10 to $20. And then up here, you bump it up a bit. Now you have some courses that are maybe the $27 to $67. And now you got one that's up to $97, maybe $147. And then you got some more courses down here. Then your bread and butter is over here. But when you think about it, when you have a combination of all of this stuff, all working for you, and people are coming around, they're watching your videos on YouTube, they're coming around past go. Every time you upload a video, it's like you're passing go or they're passing go, and they're getting a chance to see what property you have. Obviously, they don't have a choice. Like in Monopoly, you just roll the dice. But if you have several videos out and you're uploading them each week, all of a sudden, there's a chance that somebody's going to land on one of your products, one of your videos that will take them to one of your products. Maybe it's an ebook. Who knows what it is? But the only way to do that is to actually have your board game set up. If it's set up, all you have to do now is roll the dice. And obviously, in order to win the game, you have to buy the most property. Really, at the end of the day, you should do everything you can to buy the most property on this game, because now you have leverage. So if you have videos, you're slowly building up your authority. Now you're starting to have a little bit of leverage because people are taking notice of you. If your YouTube channel's been around a year, they're like, oh, I see his content starting to make sense. He started off with a couple of purple. He's got some gray going. Oh, look at this. I see he's got some of the reds going. He's got a couple of green, a couple of purple or blue or whatever color that is. It's blue. It's actually amazing. Like, I can go deep with this. So if you want to know how to get more leads to your website, to your product or service that you're selling, you have to have your game board set up. And if you want to know how to do that, then go visit Monopoly. It's very simple. authorityattracts.com/Monopoly. And I'm going to share with you a couple more strategies that you can actually start generating some cashola right out of the gate. Then you can have fun playing Monopoly afterwards. But these are a couple of strategies that you need to implement even today, even this weekend. And you're going to start seeing that you're actually going to be generating some leads. And from there, you can start generating some interest. And then people start downloading your stuff. And then eventually they'll start buying your stuff. That's what you want at the end of the day. So hopefully that makes sense. Subscribe to this channel. go ahead and check my webpage out, authorityattracts.com/Monopoly, and I'll see you there. I got some cool ideas for you.